So it's funny though, because when you were talking, Erica, and you said, you know, we need to just go to Africa and find somebody. It was like, uh, you on to something because I went to Jamaica a couple years back, and that was like a running joke between my friends and I. And when we were there, I was like, man, I feel like a goddess here. Every time I'm going somewhere, it's like moving things out the way, serving me, opening doors. It was just great getting like proposals
Right.
and they don't have that fear of being
Right.
expressive and being vulnerable. And then I teased them and told them, I said, well, I guess we're going back to America now. I'm gonna be going through the airport with my luggage, and guys ain't gonna move out the way, and I'm just gonna be like, excuse me, excuse me, can I get by? Drop my bag, no one's gonna pick it up. So it's like a big difference. So that was like the running joke since we left Jamaica. But it's funny that you say that too about Africa, because that's also, so I'm Haitian, so that's also like a running like joke as well. So you'll see like memes in the Haitian community when it says, um, a guy meets you today, and then tomorrow he introduces you to his friends and family. Oh, this is my wife. And or they know you for a couple weeks and they are in love and they love you. But it's culturally it's a difference because they're not afraid to say how they feel and be like, oh yes, I love you. I want to take care of you. I want to, but it's like a partnership. So it's you'll see people, they'll know each other for a couple weeks and you're like, they already in love? Yeah, they really in love. So or sometimes they think they are, but they're really not. But no, I do see the difference there. And I also say, like, for instance, I like what you said when you were like, make a list of the things that you don't like. So when you encounter them, you know, okay, that's not that baby, right? He's not that baby. And then you can like, let me go down the list. But I was talking to Jabril, I think it was yesterday, I can't remember, but I know y'all wanted us to come back with a list today, right? And one of the things I said was, I was like, it's not more so a list, it's more so like a prayer request. So, and one thing I didn't get to say, Jabril, is that, the word says, ask anything in my name and I will do it. So it's like, okay, my daddy told me to ask for what I want and he's going to do it in his name. But the other piece is asking for what is it that I want, because it's okay to ask for what you want and what you desire, right? Your heart's desires. But I also add that little disclaimer about making my heart align with his wants for me. So if what I want doesn't align with what you have for me, you can nip it in the bud and give me exactly what you have for me, because I know what you have for me supersedes what I could even think of. So like, I don't know if y'all wanted me to go through my prayer list, but like it's not exhaustive, but it's just like little things that I know that was stemmed from things that I didn't see in people before that I do desire going forward, right? And again, if my list is basic compared to what the Father has for me, then he can scrap my list and give me what it is he has for me, because I want everything that he has in the storehouse for me, including the man, the marriage, the business, the finance, so all of it. So I basically was just asking, that God send me, a man of God, first of all, who is patient, who is loving, caring, supportive, courteous, confident, ambitious, in control of his emotions, walking in his purpose, ready to create a legacy and build generational wealth, but also not just that, but in addition to be like a mighty man of God, that he would be able to lead us and our future family in righteousness. So my whole list doesn't even have like the physical, but the Lord does know my heart's desires. So I did ask him, Lord, please hear me. But to lead our family, future family in righteousness, to be filled with may we both be continually filled with the Holy Spirit, have a deep and abiding love for me, an eye for him, putting God first, because I don't want to be before the Father, but I would like to be second. Be a man of wisdom and someone who will make the sound decisions for our family and lead us down paths ordained by the Father. So it's like when I started encountering different people and I started to even like encounter men, for instance, where I would feel like, hey, if I got with this person, I would have to be the one to like be the prayer warrior and to cover the family, and it's supposed to be he's the head of the household, and you could sense that. So like you said, he could have a six-pack and he's fine. I've seen that, and it's like no. And you would have your friends saying, Gertie, you're crazy, he was fine. I don't care, right? Because just like it talks about like the women, right? It says, and I can't remember it, so y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised, right? So if he basically saying our beauty can fade, his fineness can fade too. So I will pass all the way. So someone who has a direct connection with the Father, but I know some guys who got a direct connection with the Father, but he ain't too charming, or it's like, whoa, you need to kind of, cater to her femininity a little bit. She's not a man, they can't, but I do believe if someone is directly connected to him, then they will be in tune to know how to care for her or nurture her femininity or care for her femininity, if I'm making sense. And while she'd be able to support him in his masculine, right? So yeah, I don't really have like a list per se. It's like a prayer request, but if the Father has something better, then let's scrap the list or the prayer request, and let's go back to what he already has for me. But I'm with you. I'm like, look, I might go to Africa with you. I might not come back. Okay, I was.
They ain't gonna want you to come back. They're gonna take a look at you. They're gonna be like, girl, can you stay? Can you stay? Right. So we did encounter a South African lady. I was like, I have to know what's happening. I talked to our tour director. He said, listen, they're very subtle. There's no subtlety, right? They're like you said, very expressive. And he said, this is how it goes down. If he saw you, he likes you, he says you're his wife, they would take you home to mom. And then if their mom likes you, you're in. It's done. It's like call it a wrap. But if she doesn't like you, it's not happening. So, I appreciate that. But your list, I think, is amazing. I think you have to I would recommend, those nuances, like to think about what really didn't work. So like for us, strong women, the number one thing a man can give us that shows us the most love is support. So that part, they can be amazing and then not support you. Right. And in your way doesn't work. So, that's the part that people don't think about until they're in the relationship and they're suffering. They're like, they want you at all the football games and all the whatever things they come up with. And then you're like, okay, well, it's not my time. So where's the support? I want to do this idea. I have this dream. I have this vision. You're thinking about how it affects you, but look at the purpose that God can come out of it. And I think that's where we fall short, because if he doesn't love God like that, right, he's not going to love you like that.